A very good afternoon, dear colleagues. We welcome you to the Professional Development Program on National Education Policy 2020. As we are very much aware that this is the sixth batch of this Professional Development Program, and today we shall be discussing about National Education Policy 2020, Multidisciplinary Approach in Higher Educational Institutions. And to discuss on this topic, we have a very prominent personality with us, Professor Sachisa. Professor Sachisa is a professor in the School of Interdisciplinary and Transdisciplinary Studies at the Indira Gandhi National Open University. And before joining the Indira Gandhi National Open University in 2011, she has been teaching as an assistant professor at G.B. Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar, Uttarakhand. And beside professor, she is also director of School of Interdisciplinary and Transdisciplinary Studies, IGNO. She has a greater exposure and experience of working on the environmental issues because she has a specialization in environmental sciences, and she has contributed a lot academically in terms of various publications in referred research papers, journals, and to her credit, she has around 20 research papers. Similarly, she also has in her credit several edited and authored books. So with these words, I welcome Professor Shah to this interactive session. So Professor Shah, welcome, and I will hand the session to you, please.
Thank you, Dr. Ali Asgarji, for a very kind and nice introduction. Dear participants, a very warm welcome for today's session, which is on National Education Policy 2020, Multidisciplinary Approach in Higher Education Institution. We all know that National Education Policy 2020 is envisioned as paradigm shift in Indian education. It aims for holistic and multidisciplinary education and aims to develop the capabilities, whether it is intellectual, aesthetic, social, whether it is physical, emotional, moral, or any other capabilities. We know that this multidisciplinarity is enshrined in our old ethos, old education system, where this multidisciplinarity, whether it is related to painting, singing, any vocational education like leather making or craft or any other is there, but slowly the focus was changed into specific disciplines. But this national education policy, again, it aims for a multidisciplinary and holistic approach of education, especially in higher education institution as well as school education. When we say multidisciplinary and holistic education, this as in line with national education policy, it aims for overall competency development through various disciplines, whether it is in professional domain, whether it is technical or vocational studies, having the knowledge of all the disciplines to make the student competent for 21st century skills. Whether it is soft skills like communication, debate, discussion, or other skills which is required for Industry 4.0. So today in this session, I will be discussing the major focus or major features of National Education Policy for higher education institution and multidisciplinarity not only in curriculum design but also multidisciplinary approach in higher education institution. And I will also discuss the role of IGNO or the contribution of IGNO, how Indira Gandhi National Open University has implemented the national education policies in its program and in its academic activities. So, to begin with, if we say the Higher Education and National Education Policy 2020 key feature, it aims for gross enrollment ratio in higher education to be increased 50% by 2035. This GER will be increased by adopting any mode of education, whether it is face-to-face, ODL and online. Now, the online education has got more attention or more acceptability, and it is being implemented in many universities in blended mode or in other mode. So, the gross enrollment ratio by face-to-face education, by open and distance learning, by online learning, and now the Swayam courses, they also are taking a key role in increasing the GER. The second feature is broad-based, multidisciplinary, holistic higher education. The education, whether it is for science, arts, engineering or any other subject, it needs to be multidisciplinary. The multidisciplinary is juxtaposition of many disciplines, like with maths it can be history, arts, etc. So as there is more demand of industry of the students which are having the multidisciplinary skills, which are having not only their subject specific skills but also other skills like communication, or a science student can have the skills of like physical education, yoga, likewise an art student can also opt for science-based subject, and engineering student can go for painting, singing or any other skilling activities or skill-based education. So this national education policy aims for a broad-based multidisciplinary holistic higher education. In this regard, many universities, they are designed or they are designing the curriculum which is broad-based, which is flexible and which include the multidisciplinarity nature of the curriculum. For example, the National Education Policy, it also aims for having the learners awareness about environment or environmental education, sustainable development, sustainability, disability studies or other Indian language, Indian culture, linguistic, arts, etc. So these all are required or these all are need to be incorporated in a holistic manner while designing the curriculum. So, flexible curriculum with creative combination of subject. For example, 4-year graduate degree program. The curriculum for this is includes not only the specific discipline courses or core courses, but also the AEC like environmental studies or other courses which can be taken from any discipline of their choice. Vocational education is very important component of national education policy to train the student, to develop the student having the competency to join any industry, for having the innovation and creativity so that they can be having the skill not only nationally but also internationally and globally. The next is multiple entry and exit. This is also a very important key feature of national education policy, where if we talk about the graduate degree program, the learner can have exit after completing their first year as bachelor certificate, in second year bachelor diploma, likewise they can have their bachelor degree, and in post graduation also after completing the required credit they can exit as postgraduate diploma or master's degree. So this is multiple entry and exit is also a very important key feature of higher education as far as national education policy is concerned. Then academic bank of credit for digitally storing academic credits. The UGC has designed a platform where the university can have their academic bank of credit, and the learner by registering in their portal they can have the choice of credit. And this academic bank of credit is also very important because there are multiple of courses which are having multidisciplinarity which are multidisciplinary in nature, and the student according to their choice, according to their interest, can take and complete the degree. I was telling that not only the curriculum but higher education institution, they also need to be transformed into multidisciplinary institution. So by clustering, by having clubbing the resources, or by converting into multidisciplinary institutions, they need to be in a large, well-resourced, vibrant institution. The multidisciplinary education and research universities, MERUs, they are also at part with IITs, IIMs to be set up. And to adding to this, IITs also are nowadays aiming for multidisciplinary education by providing various soft skills, various vocational education courses, and also courses related to art subject. In this regard, open and distance education, online education, and digital education can play a very pivotal role. In fact, I will say it's playing a very pivotal role, and it needs to be promoted. So there is a need for creation of network of institutions which offer skill courses through hub and spoke model, and VET and other framework need to be adopted for making this network of institution. The promotion of Indian languages, the curriculum design in mother language so that the interest can be aroused, or it will be easier for learners. Beside that, the various type of languages need to be promoted. When we talk about vocational educations, this is required for startup, incubation centers, technology development centers, centers in frontiers areas of research, strengthening greater industry academic linkages is the focus of national education policy. So Institute Innovation Council at higher education institution and the institution to offer apprenticeship, internship and embedded degree is the key feature as far as higher education institutions are concerned. So how this new national education policy is aiming towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary education. So it basically aims to develop all capacities of human being, as I have discussed, that intellectual, aesthetic, social, physical, emotional, moral. It aims to develop all the capacity of human beings. It developed well-rounded individual that possess critical 21st century skills so that they can be more competent for changing environment, for job requirements, for their aiming for Industry 4.0. So various fields, whether it is art, humanities, languages, sciences, social sciences, and other professional and technical and vocational fields need to be integrated. So there is an ethic of social engagement. The soft skill like communication, discussion and debates need to be incorporated in the course curriculum, and there is rigorous specialization in a chosen field or area. There need to be a flexible and innovative curricula, credit-based courses and projects in the areas of community engagement and services. Environmental education and value-based education need to be focused. Environmental education, whether it is in the field of climate change, we know that the COP27 is going on, whether it is related to climate change, waste management, biodiversity conservation, or there are many environmental movements like lifestyle for environment and others need to be incorporated. The student need to be sensitized for these, and various value-based education need to be incorporated as multidisciplinary courses. So internship is also a very important component because this is the demand with the industries, businessmen, artists, craft person, etc. When transforming the higher education institution into a multidisciplinary institution, when we say higher education, it envisaged as multidisciplinary research intensive university, RUs, multidisciplinary teaching intensive universities, TU, and degree awarding multidisciplinarity autonomous college, smaller than a university. When you say RUs or TUs, the student, more than 3,000 students, they are the RUs and TUs, and less than this, they are degree awarding multidisciplinarity autonomous colleges. So the guidelines for higher education institution, for multidisciplinary institution, the main objectives are transform single stream institution into a large multidisciplinary universities and autonomous degree awarding higher education institute. UGC has recently released the guidelines regarding these multidisciplinary higher institutions. And the second objective is to strengthen institutional infrastructure which is necessary for multidisciplinary education and research. Discussing about the approaches toward the setting up of a multidisciplinary higher education institution, the guideline says that there need to be an academic collaborations between institutions through higher education clusters. In this, there may be merger of single stream institution with other multidisciplinary institution, or there may be strengthening of institution by adding departments in various subjects. There may be addition of different subjects, whether it is language, whether it is literature, music, philosophy, Indology, art, dance, theatre, education, mathematics, statistics, pure and applied science, sociology, economics, sports, translation and interpretation, and other subjects as need for a multidisciplinary education. In fact, the education, STEM education, the education for science, technology, engineering and maths, they are also going for the multidisciplinarity in their curriculum. When we say the requirement for a multidisciplinary higher education institution, there need to have an orientation about the new opportunities. The institution are conducting various student induction program. The students, because they are not aware of the academic, for example, academic bank of credit, they are maybe not aware about the multiple entry and exit, how to choose the subject, what to choose. So these universities or UGC are conducting the student induction program to orient them about the new opportunity. There is option of credit mobility between institutions. There is an academic bank platform under a DigiLocal framework, online and ODL mode of education, target of achieving 50% GER by 2035, and also through various SWAYAM courses. So the multidisciplinarity of higher education institution, they need these all requirements to become multidisciplinary in nature. The guidelines says that there need to be an academic collaboration between institutions leading to multidisciplinary education and research. So there may be institutional collaboration which lead to the award of dual major degrees. There is a collaboration between two institutions for the award of dual degree, or through cluster of the academic collaboration can be achieved through cluster of colleges. As I was saying, there may be addition of various type of department. These department, they aims for holistic individual development, and this can be done by pulling of courses and resources from variety of discipline. These courses, they provide flexibility, they provide a pathway, and they provide an opportunity to choose the courses from the basket of the courses, and accordingly the competency, the life skill, the social skill like critical thinking, problem solving, communication, leadership, teamwork, all these can be inculcated, can be developed. Holistic development can be achieved by these multidisciplinary education. These new departments also help in increased social and moral awareness. They develop creativity and innovation, and in this, the teaching and learning has to be linked with life, community, and the world of work, which include various type of discipline, field of studies, and also including the STEM education. So when we are saying the national education policy, the national education policy can be implemented by increasing GER, by providing access, equity, and inclusion. And access can be increased by alternative pathway like distance and online learning, and by extending classroom to flexible and blended learning. Indian knowledge system, tradition, culture, and values. By adding these in course curriculum, the national education policy can be implemented. There need to be a curriculum of pedagogy and discipline-related competencies, interdisciplinary competencies, social and life skill, happiness skill, 21st century skills, vocational, job, professional skills, all these need to be in the curriculum. There need to be a flexibility, there need to be a choice for the student so that they can take the courses according to their own interest. Holistic and multidisciplinary education, multiple entry and exit, and enabling learning environment and learner support through mother tongue as a medium of instruction, vocational education and skilling and employability, and in this regard, establishment of linkages with either industries, with employers, and can be developed, and it should be equivalence with NHEQF and NSQF. The assessment, when we say about learner support, the mother language or teaching in mother language is one of the components, and innovative, formative, and summative assessment is also one of the important components. This can be developed through portfolio, to cases, to internship, and technology-enabled assessment and e-portfolio. Their digital education, technology-enabled learning, use of MOOC, SWAYAM, online courses, conferencing, web technology, cross-border education, and internationalization of education, including cross-border credit transfer. These are also will help in implementation of national education policy. The higher education institution clusters can involve in multidisciplinary research. There is a need for capacity building in multidisciplinary research. There is a need for collaboration between higher education institution, collaboration between higher education institution. They can cluster with industries, government and non-government organization. So there need to be a multidisciplinary approach to open and distance learning. I'll take example of Indira Gandhi National Open University. The Indira Gandhi National Open University is central university which was established in 1985, and since its inception, through its vigorous learner support system, it is providing quality education. It is accessible to everyone, and through its through its 21 School of Studies, 67 regional center, various learner support system, overseas centers, it is providing quality educations. But for the Indira Gandhi National Open University has also has National Education Policy Cell. It has adopted institutional development plan. There is multidisciplinarity and holistic education adapted in various courses in various disciplines, whether the discipline related to environment or it is related to health science, disability, gender, economics, or it is sciences, physics, chemistry, maths, or engineering or continuing education. So the curriculum is redesigned and it is implemented or in a process of implementation for providing a multidisciplinary and holistic education. There are many programs which have multiple entry and exit options. The internationalization of the education has been done through online education. It provides access, equity and inclusion, professional development. The Indira Gandhi National Open University has also developed a center for Indian language, which provides various courses related to Indian language, whether it is Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, etc. Or there are various courses which are in a process of translating into various regional languages. University is also providing it is national coordinator for SWAYAM, where more than 151 courses are there. These are registered. The student can opt, and through policy of credit transfer, they can be taken. There are many online programs which has been offered by IGNOU, which has also integrated this multidisciplinary and holistic education and multiple entry and exit option. There is vocational and many program which is vocational and skill-based education, research and innovation, credit transfer, and promotion of Indian languages, arts and culture, and also the online and digital education. Mostly the document has been taken from National Education Policy and Guideline for Transforming Higher Education Institution into Multidisciplinarity Institution, which is a UGC document, and it is published in September 22. And there is IGNOU is having adopted the National Education Policy. So how IGNOU is repositioning itself with National Education Policy. So with this, the session is open for discussion.
Thank you so much, Professor Sachisa, for elaborate discussion on NAP, especially focusing on major areas which are very much important for our colleagues to implement in their respective education institutions.